What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and continuing on, 50 Cent is constantly gonna put his foot on Diddy's neck, and another day, another thing clowning Diddy. There were reports by Media Takeout that apparently Ciroc, who Diddy was a brand ambassador for quite some time, are looking to replace Diddy with 50 Cent. And, well, Media Takeout posted that, and 50 Cent decided to post that title on his Instagram page and said, "Good morning, people. Start the day off with positive energy and make what your heart desires happen. Queens get the money," which is hilarious because knowing 50, this is probably one of the best things that he was hoping for because it's just more clowning and more stuff to do. Continuing on, he posted that, but then TMZ ended up reaching out to Ciroc and asking, "Hey, is this true? Are you guys looking for 50 to be the brand ambassador?" So here's the TMZ article. It says this: a report claimed that 50 Cent was being eyed to replace Diddy as the face of Ciroc, something we now know isn't the case, despite the guy himself seemingly leaning into it. Sources connected to the vodka brand tell TMZ there's no such truth to rumors or claims that 50 is the top name getting kicked around among Ciroc executives. This is in the wake of Diddy and Ciroc and its parent company Diageo going their separate ways earlier this year. One report even goes as far as to cite anonymous Ciroc honcho who supposedly said 50 Cent was actually their initial choice to lead Ciroc way back in 2007, with this anonymous person going on to claim that Diddy swooped in and stole the deal. Now that Ciroc and Diddy are no longer affiliated, remember they broke up in the wake of Diddy settling his lawsuit against Diageo. The report suggested a plan was coming together behind the scenes to pitch 50 on coming board, including an alleged $100 million offer. Here's the thing: we're being told by people with direct knowledge about this that there is zero truth to the notion Ciroc wants to lure 50. So if you guys, this is interesting because in 2007, 50 had vitamin water, and actually that year he sold it, the percentage he owned. He sold it in May 2007 for $4.1 billion in cash. 50 Cent owned about 8% of the company. So if you did the math, he made roughly $400 million. You do taxes, all that stuff. Whatever. The reports around he made $150 million off that deal. That was in 2007. So according to TMZ, they were looking to get 50 back in 2007 with Ciroc. But at that time, 50 was a lot more about a healthier lifestyle. I mean, think about it. He was the only rapper endorsing water. Like everybody else was selling liquor and, whatever else that was unhealthy for you. 50 was endorsing water. And I remember the Formula 50 bottle at the time, and 50 was pushing that, and it made him hella money. I mean, we're talking $100 to $150 million, potentially $400 million, depending on, all the details. But he never got to reveal the details because he signed an NDA and stuff. So this is interesting because, Ciroc denied it, but then 50 posted that TMZ article on his Instagram and said, "I own my brands. I wouldn't be an ambassador for Ciroc. I haven't seen anybody drinking that shit lately. It's over. LOL." Ciroc has fallen off in terms of like people drinking it, but 50 is right. He actually owns Branson Cognac and Le Chemin Dubois, which is the two liquor companies that he's, one's a cognac and one's champagne. And those two he actually owns. Like there's paperwork that when the lawsuit happened with that guy that tried to steal the money, it's his brand, Sire Spirits, which is something that most hip-hop artists or people in business don't actually own what they're endorsing. And 50's always been the type to own. He actually, when he owned percentage of Vitamin Water, because what Vitamin Water did initially was they offered him money to endorse it, being a brand ambassador. But 50 was like, fuck that. Like, I want a percentage of your company, and I'll push this shit to the moon. And this was back in 2005. This is during 50's peak. So, of course, they're going to be like, oh, hell yeah. They took a meeting, boom, got 8% of the company, just like that. Made $150 million after what? In the course of, literally, he got the company in late 2004, pushed it in 2005, 2006, and then 2007 made $150 million. And that was during 50's peak. I mean, now if he's not as influential in terms of brands. Like if you were to endorse something, it doesn't hit as much as back then. Back then, 50 could literally sell you diapers and people would fucking buy it. But back then he was on fire. Video games, clothing, everything. Like everything that you can think of, 50 was pushing it, and people were buying the fuck out of it. But this is interesting in itself, and 50's just, you know, of course he's going to shit on it because at the end of the day, why would he end up working for a different company? Even if they offered him $100 million, it just wouldn't make sense for him to go against his own company. And he's going to make way more money off his champagne and his cognac than he would be in a brand ambassador, because people are saying right now, I saw in the comments too, that 50's stuff isn't, nobody's really buying it. It's not worldwide. Ciroc is worldwide. People have bought Ciroc. That's because Ciroc's been around for way longer, guys. It takes a while to build a brand. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're the biggest celebrity, if Michael Jackson was endorsing something. It takes time to build a brand. It takes time for brand awareness. These things all take time. Doesn't matter how big of a influential celebrity you are. But I mean, it helps if you're at your peak. That's like usually when, hey, this is like the best of the best. And if you're at your peak there, then, you know, it's something else. So, but yeah, well, this is an interesting story, and I just wanted to talk about it. That, like the whole story of the whole Ciroc and 50. 50 actually, when he was pushing F and vodka, was saying no puffy juice in the hashtags, no puffy juice, going against Diddy with that. But that F and vodka deal, 50 was, I believe at the time, wanting more and more percentage of the company as it grew, and they just weren't willing to do it. So he sold his stake at the time for $60 million, and DJ Envy revealed that. So he made $60 million off that for the time that he was promoting it. I think he promoted it for like 3-4 years, maybe something like that, 3 years, when he's pushing F and vodka every single time. That was a bad liquor. Like that thing was nowhere near competing with Ciroc. I mean, just people hated the flavor. People didn't like the mixture of it. I'm not much of a drinker myself, but that was just what people were saying. So, that ended up, being a deal where he just pushed it, got his money quick, and then now he owns 100% of, Branson Cognac and Le Chemin du Bois. Now, does he own 100%? What I mean by that is, like, he owns, majority of the percentage. He probably has some percentages given out because, in order to grow a company, you're going to have to sell certain portions just to get other people to push and put more money and put more time into it, because most people are going to push brands unless they own a percentage of it, especially if you're at a high level that, like these other big Jim Beam and all these other companies that push all these liquors. So regardless, interesting story in the whole matter, and we'll keep you guys updated if anything changes with that. Eminem, Slim Shady. This guy's always I like that Eminem still has this like kid attitude to life, man. He's still funny, goofy, doesn't matter how old he gets. And this just proves it right here, man. So let's go over the article. Eminem took his fans way back, an April Fool's Day joke with a mock album announcement that referenced his earliest days in the music domain. On Monday, April 1st, Slim Shady posted a video on Instagram that begins with an announcer teasing the highly anticipated next studio album before letting on to things that aren't exactly as they appear. So, yeah, let's just play the clip for you guys. It's quite funny. That's it for today's video. If you guys want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diverse mentality. For just $3 a month, you can get my videos uncut and raw the way I intended them to be, but couldn't because of YouTube. Plus, you also get access to our Discord community, where we have a great community talking about hip-hop and various other things. It's very dope. So only $3 a month. I'd really appreciate the support. Also, follow us on social media at QuakeGW and at Diverse Mentality. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.